Hello, I am Lisa and welcome back to my channel. So I was asked if I would show everyone how I take Art House Whimsy clip art. Her clip art is, it's just, there's so many different there's so many different clip art to choose from. And when I'm choosing it, I look for pieces of hers that I can make my own too. So I can add my own marks and I can add my own details and I can add my own personality to them. But at the same time, it's still hers and I'm still recognizing that it's hers, but I'm infusing my art or my marks into hers. So I've grabbed a few pieces. I can't remember which one this one was called. I can't remember. It'll be easy to spot, but I can't remember what it was called. If I think of it, I'll add the link. I'll add a link to specific clip art for you. But I love these pieces, and these are Grit and Grace. I know that much. There's 1 and 2 Grit and Grace. So I have some of these pieces, and what I thought I would do is show you what I do before I add them to my layout. Sometimes I'll have a layout and I'll have this ready to go, and then I'll look at it and say, okay, now I know what colors to add to it. But it's also fun to take the piece and add your colors and then build from there. So one of the ways you can do that is grab some of your color palettes and have them close by, kind of just going through and seeing, okay, what's speaking to me right now. I try to do this mindfully and thoughtfully, and it always works out for me that if I'm just in the moment with it and take each piece. And so with this one, I already knew I wanted a pink, a blue, and a green. I've done this one before, and I really like that. The only thing that I would add to it is maybe a yellow. And so to this, I'll just kind of, to remind myself, there's just a little mark yellow. I don't know that would be the exact color I would use, but I just kind of mark it so that I know that's what I would do there. I really love this one, and I couldn't decide what I think there. This has some mauves and some greens that are kind of like vintagey green, so I like that. Let's see, what else do we have for, I have a whole stash of colors here. These come in so handy for this type of thing. So I'm just gonna pull some of these out and we'll see what we're feeling here. And again, sometimes I'll use these watercolor swatches in the layouts with them, so I'll just paper clip them to the pieces. It doesn't mean that I will actually do it, but I mean, there's intention that maybe I will. So let's grab this stuff. I'm gonna put this stuff over here. Greens, okay. So this is just my process and way of doing this that works for me. So what I do is I just kind of go through and see what's sparking something. And I almost think that with gold would be kind of fun. And doesn't mean that I end up doing it. It just means that it's a possibility. I like this one and I like this one. These ones I made recently and I really like those. So I'm going to put those there. I think maybe that one instead. Okay, I'm just going through, seeing just whatever sparks joy or excites my creative heart, I'm just gonna grab. Excuse me. Okay, so we have those. Now let's see. I think some softer colors in here would be kind of nice, but maybe bring out some spring type of colors. I'm trying to decide which ones. I think maybe I'll go with that there. And I think I'll use these three color palettes for all of those is what I do. I'm not going to do all of these with you, but I just thought I would show you my process with them. So with this one, I just think that this would be pretty. I just see her with some pinks and purples. I just think she's beautiful. That would be kind of a fun one. Again, pinks, purples, and greens might be fun. This one I'm not sure what to do with. I'm really thinking about that one. And her, I definitely royal blue, purple, I think would be fun with some gold there too. So now we have some ideas of what we want to do here. So, hold on one second. So I've just grabbed some gold and silver pens that might be fun to add some marks into this. So I'm going to put these to the side. I think I do, a white gel marker too. Gel pen too. So I'm going to put these to the side. I'm going to show, because I got a lot of questions on how I did the butterflies, because I ended up cutting out this butterfly the last time I did that, but I'm going to leave this one whole because I almost think it could be folded too and used as a journaling card in a layout. Not sure, but I'm going to leave it like that. And I'm just going to go in. I already have my colors here, and I'm going to go in and see opportunities where I can add that color. So I'm going to go through and just kind of add some of this color and going around these. You're not like covering the whole, you don't have to cover the whole butterfly. You can add subtle places of color that will help bring it alive a little bit or match your style. So like if you have, because everybody has a color palette that they work from. Mine's muted colors, a lot of times soft muted colors, any season. Every now and then you'll see me do bright, and I love it when I feel that, but I'm not always feeling that bright color. So when I am, I take advantage of it. I think I'm gonna go in with some of this. I'm just using my leftover palette. I haven't even refreshed it. So this blue, I thought we could go in, and I'm gonna do, see how that, I'm not gonna cover that whole thing because I can already tell that would be too dark. So let's see. There's like an iris in here. That would be kind of fun for that. Okay, and then the yellow, I was feeling yellow on this one, and I can tell you why. This, like the center of these flowers, I think would be fun. Just adding just a little bit of color to those. And then on the inside of this, I wanted to drop some yellow. It won't be like shining, but it will be there. It'll still be there. And then taking it and adding it here. Again, you don't have to cover the whole thing, but you add just a little bit of color goes a long way on these, I feel like. And so I just kind of add a little bit and play with it and see where it goes. Oh, geez. So I'm just using a small brush. This came with, I can't even remember. It was like some little kid kit, and I love these brushes. And it says Grabby. I think it's some kind of watercolor palette that I got for the grandkids, and it had like a bunch. It came in a kit, so I took some of their brushes because I liked this one for whatever reason. I like the big handle on it. I haven't, like, sometimes they have special weird deals on Amazon where they give you like a extra stuff, so I like looking for that type of stuff, especially when I'm getting, buying stuff for the kids. It makes it really nice. Okay, just adding little dots of color where I feel like it could benefit. I'm gonna drag some of this yellow out a little bit, and I'm gonna do some down here on the bottom. Right here. Just enough that, and you can see how it already gives it more, like more of my personality, I guess is what I'm looking for. It has personality, but it's giving it more of my personality. And I'm gonna let this dry and I'll come back to it. Now I'm just gonna grab one of these. Okay, so this one, I already know what I wanted to do with this. I saw this, and I don't know if you can see, but there's lines in the pants, and I thought it would be fun to do some gold lines down the pants here, following the grooves of the pants. And I just go with the flow of it. I don't overthink this. When I overthink it, I ruin them, for me anyways. And so I just I try not to overthink it. And so our buttons, I'm gonna add, because I'm adding gold, I like to add gold in other places too. And so I'm gonna, on her sleeves, add some dots. I don't have to do much to this, just adding some gold really helps things along. And then on the butterflies, she has 2 butterflies. So I'm gonna add some gold on those. Okay, and then the greenish brown, which I'm gonna have to mix that up. This is what happens is I use the same palette for everything. I just keep adding color to it. And so then it's like trying to come up with that same color can be tricky for me sometimes. So bear with me. I'm just gonna add some brown to this green because I think it's just has a little more brown in this specific. So I'm gonna do that. And I think what I want to do is hit the edge of this butterfly. Normally I do the gold last, but I was feeling that first, so I started doing it. And I'm just kind of adding some color this way. And then I'm going to take the blue and add that on the top of this butterfly here. Just kind of adding a little bit there. Doesn't take a lot, but then it becomes more like I don't see a million of these looking like mine out there because we all love her clip art. There's so many people that just really love her clip art. So it helps make it your own, and then doesn't feel like your art is completely hers, and it makes it to where other artists that are doing it, you can kind of stand out and out from them. You know what I mean? Like you can have your own place, but I like that. Set this to the side, let that dry. I think I want to do her. I just think she's so pretty. And so I already knew when I looked at this that I wanted some of these, I wanted to turn these flowers purple. So I'm going to do that. Some of them purple here. Just light. I'm not saturating the color. I'm just kind of doing a light wash on these. And then I want to mirror that on her dress. This is a darker purple than that, but it'll still work. I'm gonna grab more purple, hang on. Here. See, I want a brighter purple, I think. I ran out of space, so I have my color palette in my desk drawer here, where I could just kind of pull out the drawer and grab. I think I want a more purple. So I'm going to grab and add more. And this is just copier paper, so it's not watercolor paper. So it's not going to be like, you know, I struggle sometimes with it, but I just still go with it. It dries fine. And then I think what I want to do is grab this purple here and drop it in here and add and I'm just kind of moving it around. The more water you have is helpful, but you also have to be careful because it is copier paper. So I'm trying to be very careful of that. So I'm going to take and then I take a paper towel and I just kind of sop up that water, let it dry a little bit. And then we have these botanicals coming from the bottom here. And I just am going to take my line brush here and I'm just going to add green to the ones that are on the dress at least. Just to bring them out. Because sometimes I'll cut her out too. And so I just want her dress to at least have that. Because I'll do all this stuff to the flowers and then in the end, oh, why don't we just not have them? I'm going to add more and then just wipe it off of here in a second. Making it really wet so that I can... Because I'll do all this work and then whenever I'm creating, I'll end up taking it and cutting it out. Like, why did you do that? If you were just, it just works for me, so I just go with it. Okay, so we have the green on her dress there. Let me see if there's anything else I want to do here. You just need a little bit of your colors or some details. Sometimes I actually will paint. So like where there's, you can add some flowers to her dress. Adding some color. And then I'm just going to add a little more here. I'm tearing up that paper there. I'm going to let this dry because I want to do something else. I want to do something else to her. So I'm going to put this to the side, let her dry. And let's do this one. Because this one, I'm like, what do I do here? What would give this something that would make it stand out better? I think I need to cut it better. And that's one thing. I cut it kind of crooked. So let's, these massive scissors. I just want to cut it down a little bit. Okay. And looking at the colors we have here, because the background is so white, I'm thinking I want to take and add a wash of green to this, but I really need it to be, I'm going to use a bigger brush actually. A bigger brush will help me wash it. When I'm working with these printables, I like to have a lot of water because I tend to tear it up if I don't just, there we go. Now turn it around. Add a little water and just go for it. So I'm leaving her exactly how she is, and then I'm going around and adding, there we go, just a background of green on here. Got a little bit on her face, but it'll still be okay. So Then I'm thinking, I need more paint. Hang on. Refresh this palette a little bit. Then I'm going to go in, and where these roots in this, I'm going to just add little dots into the wet green to imply a living, not a, you know what I mean? It has leaves or something on it, not so dead. Such an interesting clip art. This was already drying, so the leaves are showing up better, but I like the variation, a little bit of different on all of them. Oh, I got her right there, so I'm gonna have to fix that. But now we're just gonna let her dry. Just adding a little darkness to this side here. There, okay. Okay, I'm gonna take up some of this by doing the paper towel on it and just see where I'm at. I can already tell I've got to do some wet here. And just kind of washing it over. This paper will test your patience, but it's still worth it. Okay. Then I might just drop some colors in here. How about that yellow? Maybe that yellow even. Dropping some of that yellow in there. In different places, just kind of adding little drops of yellow around her. Dropping it in. Okay, I'm gonna walk away from this. I really wanted to do some purple on her, but I think I need to leave it like this, unless I want to drop some purple in the background after it's done. And maybe I will, like for the tree, maybe we'll add some blooms, but we'll put that to the side. Now I'm gonna let these dry and then we'll come back. Okay, so to these ones, this one here, I wanna add just some little purple, almost like berries, to the tree parts here. Just little splashes of purple. Now I'm going to let that dry. And then this one, I also wanted to add more of this darker purple into this in places. And I'm just doing some marks across the bodice of the dress. I want to add gold. I just think she looks regal, so I thought like purple and gold would be fun. And then I'm going to add a little bit of purple to the top of her dress here now, I decided. There. Okay. Let them sit for a minute. And what I do, I know this sounds weird, but this is what I do. I still take the paper towel And I like where I do the dots, when I take the paper towel, it smushes the color down in a way that I like. And it dries it quickly and it kind of incorporates it. I don't know, it's just a fun for me. I just like it to do it. So I'm gonna do the same here. I just take it and lay it down. Okay, and then lift it up. And then it kind of smushes that color in there, and I like that. So I'm gonna put these to the side. I'm gonna grab, I think this one's done and I like it. So I'm gonna paper clip the color swatch to it, because when I go to make a bundle or something with it or put it in a journal, I'll have a guide of what I was thinking, and it helps me to be more in the moment whenever I'm creating. So I'm gonna put this over here. Now this one needs gold. And I don't know which color swatch we used for this one. Anyway, I think it was this right here. It was. So I'll keep this with this, but I'm gonna grab the gold and I'm going to add some marks. So, I love moths. I just think they're cool. So I'm gonna add some little marks and then dab in that body of it just to kind of accentuate it. And then in the center here, I'm gonna add some dots. We have yellow in there, and I think the gold will add to that. That will be good. Accentuate that a little bit. Same here. And like, you can take your hand and your finger and kind of squish that gold down into the paper if you want to, like I'm doing. And then I'm going to go up into some of these flowers and add. Let's see, this here, that looks like a fun place. I just look for opportunities to add it. I think I'm going to dot down here. And I think we could even take a line of it and go up. And maybe in this space too. I need better glasses on to see each line, so I'm just kind of adding it to it. Okay, and then this bug here we'll add to the wings. I think I like it. Okay, so, and if I don't cut it out, I will probably add some more gold to this background, but I don't know what I'm doing yet, so I'm gonna hold off on that. So this one's done, and I'm just gonna add, again, a paper clip, clip it together. That way I have the color palette close by and I can maybe use it in the layout. Okay, so now we have these. So these we didn't do, so we're just gonna put them to the side. So this girl, I really, really like how she turned out. I'm gonna add some gold dots into this blooming tree that we've created here and here as well. And I might just kind of go along her dress and maybe along her waist. But I like how she turned out. That's super cute. So I'm gonna put this with this. Okay, this one's the one I'm most excited about right now. There's so many opportunities for adding marking on this. And I'm gonna draw with this gold up, just adding some vines going upward. adding some more gold marks. And then I wanted to add gold going down the center of the top of her dress here and at her neckline. And I think I want to, there, I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to do it in this flower, especially on the edge. I'm going to hit that edge and then a little bit on the center of it. Edge, center. Okay. Let's see. I like her. Ooh, I like her a lot. I think I want to take the dots though down this edge of her here. Okay. I like how she turned out. And again, I'll take and paper clip the swatch to her. Now we'll see what we have here. So we have these 4 that we did. And this one, especially if I use the whole piece. So if I use this whole piece, I will add more gold and maybe even more color. It just depends. But these others I think are going to stay exactly how they are. And I like how all the colors, all the gold, I like everything about all of this. I really like it. I love the pants on her. And I really like how we turn these twigs and the branches into blooms. I really like how that transformed too. Really, I just think it's fun to do this with. I'll just grab when I'm shopping for her, when I go, especially when she has sales and stuff, I'll grab a bunch of her clip art like this that I can add my own personality and my own vision to. Because like even like this one, that's that pale background. You could really add some fun stuff around her. And same with this one. This one could all be flowers, or I don't know, you could just go wild with it. It would be a lot of fun. But anyways, this is how I do that. And then whenever I go to insert this in a layout, I will edge it with a black or a brown or a blue or whatever I'm feeling, the edge of the photo. If I cut them out, I don't do that. So like if I cut this girl out and I just use her, I usually don't edge her too much. But I'm thinking I'm liking the whole pieces on this. This is the only one I'm not sure what I would do with. But on these, I think I would keep them whole. And so I would go through and I just take the stamp pad and go along the edge of the piece. So it kind of looks like it's not a cutout, that it's a part of what you're doing. So just edging it and giving it some age and some depth is wonderful. And you could do as little or a lot. Like sometimes I lay it flat and just kind of keep scraping to let that color, because you can see the difference between this color and that color. I get it a little darker on the corners like that, more like a vignette, and just kind of let that. And I do it a little bit of color at a time and not the whole thing, just because it's easy to stop, but it's not easy to take away. So if you go too dark, you're done for. So anyways, and if I mess these up, I just print myself another one. It's not, that's what I like about printables. If I mess up, all I have to do is just grab more. You know, you already have them, print them off. And so, just love her clip art. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope this helps people understand what I'm doing and why they look so different than the clip art. This is what I'm doing, and it's simple. It's just little marks and a little bit of watercolor, and that's all it is. So I hope this helps.